52 Traders, episode 32.
When you take the least trades, that's when you know that you have a strategy and you have a plan and you are getting out of the randomness of trading. Once you get to that zone, congratulations, you have arrived. You can start building your success.
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
Before we kick things off, remember to sign up for my free course at automatemytrading.com, where I teach you how to build your very own auto trading robots without touching any code. Simply visit automatemytrading.com and leave your email. What's up, traders? Welcome to another weekly installment of the 52 Traders podcast. And today we're lucky enough to have Jay Akmal on the show. Jay hails from Los Angeles, California, and is a multi-time frame trader and coach with 7 years of professional stock and options trading experience under his belt. After struggling initially, Jay finally found his groove once he accepted that understanding oneself is the true key to mastering this business. Due to his personal journey, Jay often preaches the importance of psychology, discipline, and good money management in trading. Welcome, Jay, and thanks for joining me here on the 52 Traders podcast this week.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So, Jay, I've mentioned some of your highlights already, and I know that's only a small part of your story. So, can you tell listeners a bit about you personally and what first attracted you to trading?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go back where it's all started. Trading. I look trading as a lot of competitive spirit that you want actually develop. It's innate. It can be worked at, but I think success comes from being competitive in everything you do. So my background, I've attended high school, played football, and that's American football. I went to school here in California. So I was schooling in California. I had a scholarship, playing football, went masters, and then I was working for a consulting firm, a big top 500 company. Big cap company, working for a consulting firm, and I did some consulting for Wachovia, so a little bit in finance and a little bit in technology. So I did some consulting gig, and so I was young, traveling, and then I obviously met my wife and fell in love, and that's when you're committed. So once you're committed, once I'm committed, I'm all in. So this is it. She is the most beautiful woman, and that's it. Nothing else can happen. And then, as we started a relationship, and I got married, and it's just traveling getting in the way, and I started to focus. And in the meantime, I was into trading, but didn't have any results, and didn't have the passion because I didn't have the need for results. So we're gonna get more into it about the want and a need. And I started to, I attended a trading seminar with one of my friends, and it was a free webinar, I still remember, in a Grand Hotel in Los Angeles. And this is about 8 years ago. And from there, we both signed up for their course, and only to know and walked out of that course thinking I am going to quit my job and I am going to be independently wealthy. Well, it turned out that you need a little bit more than, I left a lot to be desired to be independently wealthy and leave my job. So that first go around for trading, that did not work out for me. However, I continued the quest by getting better every day. I'm not one of those traders who blew up their account, but my account value was down about, I would say, 65% or so, and that was significant because I've learned I've learned how to lose, but failure is not an option. Failure has always been a journey for me because it's taught me a lot about myself. And going back to trading, it taught me a lot about myself. I started to get a little bit serious in this, and 1 year really into it, and by that time I've already traded a couple 3 years. I've told my wife that this is what I'm going to do. So you have a good support system. Now you have the material, and I started to learn the nuances of trading. I started to put some strategies together. I did attend another training, so that's very important to have a right support system. Attend another training, and then from there, I really gathered what I need to do to be successful. Training is one part of it. It's what we do, and we're going to get more into that as well. I say now I've been trading professionally for 6 years, and I've great results.
Cool. Okay, so for those listening for the first time, we're about to enter a round I'd like to call the fundamentals. And this is where I'll be asking Jay to tell us stories that will help you understand what makes him a successful trader. So can you give the listeners some insight into your trading style, strategies you use, timeframes you trade, winning percentages, instruments, those sorts of things? Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long. And trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work? What we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart, so what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well, so how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running, so we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month, the broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy, so something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description, so if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.